Hey, Taurus, intuitive soul coach here with your October 2024 love reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Taurus, what's in store for love? Now, we do have a new beginning coming in, but I see some fears around this new beginning because you've gone through heartbreak and pain in the past. Now, you have really beautiful energy showing up here, but I do see a hesitation due to this backstabbing. Now, some of you, this could be a family member who... Yeah, King of Swords. It could be a family member, or it could be someone who is jealous of you moving on in some way, shape, or form. And I do feel like you are in a better place than you've been. I mean, you're going from the 10 of Swords here in the past to the Star. So a lot of you are going to allow this energy to bounce off you if this is someone in your current realm. But if this is a fear that you have of, heartbreak or separation, I feel like you're going to work really hard on healing that piece so it doesn't affect a new beginning that I see showing up here for you, Taurus. So this is quite exciting. A lot of you are standing in your confidence this month. You're really feeling quite good about yourself. Some of you are looking good as well. You're opening up to love. You have the Queen of Cups showing up here, Queen of Wands. And I do see someone thinking highly of you. Someone is really thinking quite highly of you. And this is going to lead to, again, an opening of the heart. Now, bottom of the deck, we have the the Six of Pentacles. Now, the Six of Pentacles is reciprocity. It's equal give and take. And that may be why, if you have any fears around someone betraying you, I feel like it's going to get rectified very early on, because you're going to see that this person isn't like maybe a past energy or a past relationship that you've been in. There's something very balanced, very even coming in here with this new beginning. But I do see there's been deception, lies, tower moments in the past. There's been a lot of betrayal, heartache, and pain. So normally there would be a tad bit of hesitation as you embark upon this new journey, which I see the Fool card showing up here right away. It's your very first card out. But I see that you've done enough work to understand that this is a trigger and it's a fear and it's not real. So kudos to you, Taurus. You've worked on yourself and you've come to a place where you're excited because your overall energy, you have date, you have coffee cup, and you have the camera. So some of you are meeting up with a new person. This could be a first date. For those of you that are in a relationship, this could be remembering why you fell in love with someone in the first place and maybe getting back out there, joining up with each other in some way, shape, or form, new hobbies, setting up date nights with your spouse or your partner. But for a lot of you, this is a brand new beginning, okay? A brand new beginning in matters of the heart. You are meeting or connecting with this energy and you're savoring it. You're saving it like, a warm cup of tea, a hot cup of tea or coffee. And it's like you're able to smell it and taste it and feel it. And it's as if all of your senses come to life. And you haven't felt this for quite some time. This is feeling elevated, Taurus. It is building friendships. You may even see that friendships are potentially turning into more, or you're setting a strong, solid base for a lifelong friendship and companionship with an individual. Now, these are romantic readings. These can be based on friendships, family, so take it as it resonates. If you're married and you've been looking for your tribe, if you've been wanting to attract a bestie, I feel like you have the potential to meet up with a new person this month. And this person isn't going to stab you in the back like someone did in the past. And I feel like you've gone through scenarios with friends or with, people who you thought you could trust. They've let you down. And I see you getting back out there, getting back on getting back on the horse. This can be meeting someone new, setting a date. There could be an anniversary coming in here for some of you. I'm getting an anniversary date, or you may want to keep a specific date in mind. I also see some of you dating online. Perhaps you're looking online. You could be connecting with someone. This could be a friend that's currently in your circle, but you start connecting and talking about something that the both of you have in common. Yeah, I feel like there's a common interest here that builds up a friendship, builds up a partnership that could turn into romantic love between you and another, or a very strong friendship between you and an individual. Now, you have the camera card showing up, so we'll take a look and see what this is all about. But I feel for some of you, a lot of you, you've learned from the past, and you know what you'd like to repeat. You know the good, right? And what you don't want to repeat. I feel like you're making new memories here. Some of you could be photographers, or you are snapping a lot of pictures in the month of October. This is about reminiscing as well. So you could be reminiscing and having some of those feelings or emotions. Remember what I said about the senses being awakened with the coffee cup? This could be a feeling of nostalgia that you haven't felt for quite some time. When you open up to love, all of your senses awaken. And I see that it's bringing up a few things from the past, but because I see the 10 of Swords here, I feel like you know better. And when you know better, you do better. And I see that this isn't going to be a repeat of a past scenario. And I feel like deep down, you know this as well. Something is different this time around because you've learned valuable lessons. You have the world showing up in the foundation. This is about perception as well. And I see some of you may have someone that you've left behind in the past. They could be seeing that you are better off without them, and it does cause one to feel betrayed or feel like you've backstabbed them in some way, shape, or form, or it could cause them to feel a sense of loss for what they could have had with you. Even if they're in a new relationship, or even if they have a new family, or this has been, a decade ago, I feel like someone sees that you are living a better life without them, and that could really cause them to really reflect and go within. And some of you may be saying, Mel, that person's never going to reflect, that person's never going to heal. But I do see here with the star, you may have been a healer to this person, or if this is a new energy coming in, if some of you are saying, Mel, there's nothing with the past coming in, this certainly could be you as a healer and this individual as a healer. And I feel like instead of it being one-sided, it's like the both of you are able to showcase, your skills and your talents together. And when the two of you combine, it's like the cherry on the top. I'm just getting a strong healer energy here, Taurus. And this could even be, both of you feeling like you've healed from situations that have been very difficult. And if this is a new energy coming in, I feel like you have somewhat of a similar background, maybe even a similar story. Some of you could share a specific date. Maybe it's the same birthday. Maybe you share the same birthday, or there is a date that is significant that mirrors or matches up. And you're like, oh, my mother's birthday was, on October 17th. So was mine. Or, I had a friend named Colleen, and I have a friend named Colleen. I feel like there's somewhat of, a similarity that the both of you have. And it really kind of, it puts things into an interesting perspective, shall we say. But I feel like the camera is creating new memories, but also having that sense of nostalgia, like, wow, I haven't felt this type of, butterfly, or I haven't felt this type of feeling for quite some time. once you're putting yourself out there here or opening up to love. Now, bottom of the deck, we do have the love call coming in. So this can be expressions of love, messages, thinking of you. Someone is definitely thinking of you. I see that here in your energy. And they could be messaging you or informing you that you're on their mind. This could even be subtle at first. You see that there's a social media in the background. I mean, this could be an online dating app, but it's almost as if it starts from, a like or, a hearted comment, or someone gives you a thumbs up. I feel like it starts from something small, but then it progresses or it turns into more, which typically is the case, right? I feel like you are going to connect or reach out to someone new. So expect some messages, expect communication in the month of October. October is Libran season, Libran energy, which is ruled by Venus. So there is love in the air here. And I do see this for you. A lot of love in the air, Taurus, in the month of October. So you may have not been wanting to deal with something or someone of the past. I almost feel like if someone comes back around, you're not giving them the time of day, right? You have not today showing up. Boundaries, right? Boundaries, you're not dealing with something, or you are saying, I'm not going to let the past come in and interfere, because I do see that there's a little bit of the past that wants to creep in with the camera, but you're putting a hand up and you're saying, not today. I'm not dealing with it. Why? Because you know your worth. You have a soulmate coming in here as well. So remember, bottom of the deck is subconscious energy, but it's also what you may not see coming to conscious awareness or coming to fruition. But you have a soulmate you're connecting here with. This is a partnership, a soul contract, and potentially a life partner. Now, soulmates can be romantic. They can be besties. They can even be pets or animals. They can be family members. And I do feel like there is a partnership coming in here within the month, within the next month for you. And you're going to answer the call. There's a love call showing up here. And anything from the past, I just feel like you're putting a hand up. Not today. I mean, some of you, you may open that door or allow a person to kind of say what they need to say, but I feel like it's short-lived if this is the past. So they may say, hey, Taurus, I see you're doing great. I'm happy for you. But I feel like someone also wants to kind of step into your energy in some way, shape, or form, because they see that you're maybe happy without them. And I just feel like someone wants to kind of just get their foot in the door. So you're thinking about them and you're saying, nah, I'm not going to let you do that this time around. I have someone new. So you could certainly have someone new that you're talking to or connecting with. And I keep getting that this is exciting and this is something you've learned. All right, let's dive into the tarot. Your first card out is the Fool. The Fool is taking a leap of faith. It is the potential, right? The potential for this new opportunity to really blossom and grow, but it requires you to go down the rabbit hole, right? It requires Alice hit there to go in search of what she's curious about, right? And this is about curiosity. It's about self-discovery. Some of you could even be traveling. You could meet someone at a distance. There may be someone in a different city or a different town. And I feel like there's going to be some sort of physical connection in the month of October. Maybe you've been talking with someone, but you haven't met in person. This could be a brand new beginning. This may even be an Aquarius that you're connecting with, Taurus. But this is fun. This is playful. This is discovery, getting to know someone. And if you are, if you're single, I feel like you're having a great time, but it may surprise you that you tend to maybe really fall for someone. It may surprise you because you weren't expecting it, perhaps so close to some sort of an ending here or in the midst of an ending for some of you. But the Fool, I really see this Fool being a great thing for you. And it just feels light. It feels lighthearted. It feels funny. It feels, exciting. I mean, the Fool is about really taking a deep dive into the soul self, untethered by the past. And that's where you are going. You're not tethered by the past, and I see you completely letting it go here. In the recent past, you have the Ten of Swords. It's like a new day has dawned. This is about coming out of a situation that you felt was very difficult, rock bottom, but whatever you've done to release, whether you've done some deep shadow work, introspection, therapy, inner child healing, you've done something here. I feel like it's paying off in big ways. Whatever healing you have done, you actually could very much heal others. And maybe that's why that strong healer is coming in here. Now, what's crossing your path is the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles, when this crosses your path, some of you, Taurus, now take it as it resonates, but sometimes you get caught up in, this can be codependence. So you may lose yourself in a relationship and there could be some fears like, I don't want to lose myself. Or this can be a sense of being too independent. Maybe you've been single for quite some time and you love your independence. You love your space. And it may be difficult to open up to letting someone else kind of come in and change things up a little bit, because that's what's going to happen if you've been single for quite some time. You may be loosening the reins a bit instead of, my way or the highway, being able to, do whatever you want when you want and being able to sprawl out in your big king or queen bed, right? Or, come home whenever you want, eat whatever you want. And it's not that you can't do those things when you are in the beginning of a relationship, but there's a little bit of sacrifice here. So I feel like the challenge is going to be sacrificing your independence, but it doesn't mean that, you're going to lose all of it. And there's a fear of, if I allow this energy to come in, if I open myself to this, am I going to lose myself in the process? And I feel like you've learned valuable lessons where these lessons may have been around boundaries, around self-worth, and around healing perhaps some sort of codependent. You see the opposite playing out here. We have codependence versus independence and how to find that balance, the meeting in the middle where we're not so far lost into someone else's energy, but yet we're not so far independent that we don't allow that energy to grow and blossom. And so I do see you trying to find how that balance works for you and this new energy. And it does require you to take that leap of faith. Right? Take a leap of faith and try something new. Take a risk, because this is something quite beautiful. I see that with your outcome. So you're going to want to work on finding that balance. But I feel like because you've learned the lessons, it's not going to take you long. So even though this is showing up as an opportunity, I don't feel like this is going to be something you're really going to struggle too much with. And if you tend to find yourself swinging from one end of the pendulum to the other, I feel like you're going to be aware of it, right? You're going to be aware of what's really happening. And then you're going to take decisive action to balance it out. So I'm proud of you, Taurus, because a lot of people, they get lost in this pendulum. They get lost down the rabbit hole of, codependence, losing oneself in the name of love here, or shifting the energies because we can wear that rose-colored lens, or, too independent where it kind of stifles or puts out a little bit of a fire that could be a really beautiful thing. And I see that you're finding that balance, that even footing here. Now, in the foundation, we have the World. There has been a major journey that you've gone down, right? Capricorn energy here, but you've completed a cycle. And I feel like you've graduated in a sense. Some of you, this can be marriage, right? You may have gotten married in the past. Some of you still could be married and you're taking something to the next level. For others of you, it's like you've wrapped up a cycle. Maybe there was an ending that took place here in order for a new beginning to be born. And that, you go from the World and the deep foundation to a new beginning, a new journey. So I am getting, for the majority of you, there is a new friendship. So if you're currently married at this time, this could be a best friend coming in, or a new soulmate in some way, shape, or form, or even healing a family situation, healing between siblings or a family member. I also get something with a cousin. I'm hearing the name Adrian or Adriana. Okay, maybe that's a cousin. That could be you. It could be a family member or a new person. Take it as it resonates, please. And I'm also getting Munich. Okay, is that a place? That's a place, Munich? Yeah. Now, I also see here a lot of you, you've traveled the world, you've been around the world, or there is something here about being very adverse or having some sort of cultural background, having some sort of experience. Maybe some of you speak more than one language. Perhaps you've come from a different place of the world, or you could be connecting to someone who is very cultural, like they've been to a lot of places here. But I am getting with this world, this is freedom. You are free to embark upon this new journey. And I see that you're doing just that. So there's victory here. There's victory. Your gratification was delayed. I see that in the past because of some sort of, backstabbing, heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, a shock factor or a tower. Some sort of gratification or wish may have been delayed for you, but I see that it was part of your evolution, part of your growth. And in the recent past, there's been a complete ending with this 10 of Swords. There's been a completion here where you're not ever going to go back to this energy again, whatever that may have been. For some of you, it could have been, an addictive pattern. It may have been an abusive or toxic relationship between a lover, a family member. It could have been a friend. Something here about backstabbing, hitting rock bottom, a lot of separation and loss. There's finally closure is what I get here. Finally, some sort of closure. Like you see the house, the tornado came through, the house landed on the Wicked Witch of the East. And I feel like you have completed or closed out a cycle, but it doesn't mean that, the work is completely done. I still feel like there's going to be work, but it's going to be in a new context. You have a new perspective or a new spin on things that you didn't have before. And this is actually going to bring you to a much favorable energy or position, put you in a much favorable position. Now, what's above you is the King of Swords. You may be coming face to face with some beliefs that no longer serve you. Okay, you have the King of Swords showing up, and I do like the King of Swords, and it's showing up in the upright, which is good, but it's represented by the gnat. And for those of you that have ever been, outside by the water on a warm summer night, sometimes you get those no-see-ums. Is that what they're called? No-see-ums, or the gnats or the mosquitoes. And they just, they kind of wreck at times a good time. They wreck the mood. They're these little blood-sucking, creatures that are just trying to destroy your happiness. And I feel like that's what thoughts may have crept in the past, right? It may have felt overwhelming and it destroyed your happiness in some way. But with this King of Swords showing up as the potential, you're using your intelligence, you're using your mind and your thoughts to create a new reality. So this is big. Using your thoughts to create a new reality, which is what we do every day. But you have some sort of, I'm getting like insider knowledge. I mean, that's intense. Some of you, insider knowledge where you're very experienced, you're very wise, you now know better. And as I always say, and I think I said this earlier, when we know better, we do better. When we have access to knowledge, knowledge is power. The more we know, because then we have more options. Just like with communication, it's not black and white. I think I read that there's a study of, language, emotional language, and the main 3 emotions that show up for most people: happy, sad, and angry. Happy, sad, and angry. But it's the color in between. There's such a profound emotional language. There's so many other different emotions aside from those three. And I feel maybe that's why the senses is coming up for you, because it's like everything is tingly, everything is activated. Instead of seeing things in black and white, instead of just those three main emotions, you're starting to open up to feeling, joy, awe, wonder, excitement, a lot of these feelings, these thoughts that perhaps you didn't explore, you weren't curious about in the past, or maybe you were, but for whatever reason, you weren't able to express or communicate. Now you're able to. And I feel like this King of Swords is actually very helpful with you expanding upon your communication skills. Some of you may have taken a deep dive into attachment styles, and you're able to express yourself better now than you were in the past. And this puts you in a favorable position because it's not just black and white. It is, the color, everything in between. And the King of Swords, he is someone willing to share his knowledge. He's an excellent, excellent communicator. He knows how to use his words, right? He knows how to use his words. And I feel in the past, you may have suffered with that, or perhaps you had to really learn a lot around communication. But you're put in a really good standing position. And I see with the star is a wish granted, right? It is a brighter future. This is dreams. It's inspiration. It is, you putting yourself out there because you've done the healing and your light is shining bright. And I see that there are, energies that you are attracting. And yes, some of you are going to attract some gnats, right? It's like a moth to the flame. But I feel like you're also going to attract, some butterflies. And it's all about perception, right? Perception in the eye of the beholder. But I feel like the gnats, the swarm that you may have attracted in the past, I just don't feel like that's the energy you're attracting now, because you've ascended, you've healed. And you're now going to attract reciprocity. You're going to attract, these emotions and these feelings that have a whole wide range than maybe anything you felt before. And it may be hard to put into words. Some of you may even be conjuring up a very spiritual or telepathic connection between you and an individual. This is a very spiritual union. I see this for you. Someone could be a healer. They may work in the healing field, such as a doctor, a nurse, a massage therapist. They may be a Reiki practitioner. They could be a caregiver. Maybe they are a parent themselves. I also feel someone could be in the spotlight. This can be the card of, fame, perhaps. Someone may even be watching you and connecting with you through social media. If you are someone that's in the spotlight, or perhaps you are, posting on your platform, someone is going to recognize you and come towards you. Could be an air sign, or it's definitely during Libran season here with the King of Swords. Now, sometimes this King of Swords, he can be ruthless, but I don't feel like this is someone in particular for you. This may have been a characteristic in reverse of this backstabbing energy of someone in the past, but I don't feel like that's what's coming in here. I really feel like any of the past energy we are just not connecting to or talking to, because you've really put that hand up and you said, I've learned. I want to deal with the new. Let's talk about the new only. So I feel like this King of Swords really is you. Taurus, this is you using that powerful, brilliant, logical mind on how to find solutions, come up with solutions to anything that does, bother you, annoy you, or bug you. How are you feeling? You're feeling confident. You have the Queen of Wands here. Male or female, it does not matter. But the Queen represents receiving. You are receiving opportunities. You're receiving looks. Some of you are receiving messages. The Queen of Wands is someone who is a natural born leader. She's highly magnetic. This is an individual who's and this is you, this is in your position, who's very creative, very artsy. You're very witty. Some of you have this profound sense of humor. You're very sharp with, with the comebacks, but I feel like someone may really like that about you, but it's not like it's a mean comeback. I feel like you're just very smart. You're brilliant. You may be someone who's an entrepreneur, or you're able to multitask. You have many different things you're juggling up. People look at you and respect you for all you can do. I also feel like you're very attractive here, and people are looking at you, and it's not just the outer appearance. I feel like your energy is a whole vibe. It really is, Taurus, and you're feeling confident. Some of you may be getting looks like while you're in the grocery store or while you're pumping your gas or whatever it is. You may notice other people looking at you. So try to be open to receiving compliments or receiving that attention, because some of you may say, Mel, I don't want the attention, or, I don't know if I'm ready to open that up. That's where we need to balance that 9 of Pentacles here, right? We need to balance, because 9 of Pentacles, when she's in the upright, she's someone who is sufficient and independent. She creates a life that she loves. She indulges when she wants. She goes for that massage, buys that, expensive coffee or juice or whatever it may be. She treats herself. And I feel like you're doing so here. You're treating yourself. But I also see, other people just are really magnetized to you this month. And what's going on in the environment? We have the Queen of Cups. Love is in the air. This is beautiful, Taurus. Love is in the air with this Queen of Cups. So someone who wants to foster a genuine connection. This is an individual. So this could be someone entering into your world, or this could be you opening up, right? You opening up because you're feeling confident. You're feeling good. This could be 2 archetypes of oneself, the King and the Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands. But when this Queen of Cups shows up, she is very nurturing. She's intuitive. She's empathic. She's compassionate. She's basically a lover. And I feel like you are opening yourself up to love on all levels, and people are swarming to you because they want what you're dishing out, because they're attracting it. You're attracting it, and your energy aligns. And so you're going to see that there's a lot of people that do mirror your energy for your openness. I feel like this person, this could be someone who's ready to receive. If this is a person coming your way, they're also looking for you. All right. If this is a best friend and you've been longing for a friendship, I feel like they've been longing for a friendship, right? They've been looking for you in some way, shape, or form. If this is a new romantic prospect, I feel like they've done a lot of work on their own beautiful heart, because some of you may have been people pleasers, or you've overgiven at times, but you've worked on maybe not taking things so personally, or you may have even been very distraught at times because you've given so much of yourself only to be burned. And I feel like that could be that common background that the both of you share. But this is opening up to love. Now let's look at the hopes and fears. We have the 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands in the hope position is accomplishment, victory, recognition. It is, going public with something, right? I really hope to take this relationship to the next level. And I want people to, it's not just wanting others, but it's wanting to be able to share this relationship with those that you love. That's what it is here. It feels like, family dynamics, or you want to be able to snap pictures and post them maybe on your social media or in your photo book. This can be sharing in your success and having the people that you love be a part of this. And the fear is being overlooked, right? What if this fails? What if this is another situation that leaves me unrecognizable? Like I don't even recognize myself. Perhaps because of this 9 of Pentacles, because one becomes so caught up in a relationship that they forget who they are. They forget where one end, where this relationship starts and where it kind of goes into a crossover here. But I also feel like the fear with this 6 of Wands, there's a big fear of failure. Big fear of failure. What if I open my heart and this person walks all over it? So I see that, yes, these are fears, because of what you've gone through in the background. But the good news is their fears, I don't see them coming up in the actual energy in itself. So to me, you're taming some of those fears. You know what they are, and that's good, because when you shed light on those fears, you're able to keep them under wraps. You're able to say, okay, I know that's an illusion. It's not going to come in and sabotage my happiness. And I feel like you're not going to allow that to happen, because your outcome is the Ace of Cups. There's the drink me potion. There's the love offer. This is a gift. All aces are gifts. And I see that there's a new love connection here for you. One that is soul quenching. This is a renewal. This is emotional fulfillment. So keep with the curiosity. Stay with the curiosity that you start off with, and just see how this flows. You don't have to plan, your marriage right away, or you don't have to know if this is going to be forever. I feel like that takes away from the excitement and the fun of the now. So there's a big message here around staying present. This is positivity. It's hope for the future, right? It is about emotional balance and mature behaviors or energies that can develop into something quite mature and quite balanced. And I do see here someone offering their heart to another. And this is beautiful. This is ultimately a gift. Wow. All right, Taurus, let's take a look and see what advice we have from the wisdom of the Oracle. By the book. By the book. Because we have the King of Swords, this makes sense. It's card 11. I do feel like this is a destined relationship. It's definitely supposed to be on your path. I will say that. This can be family customs. It can be universal laws, abiding by social rules, and conformity. And the relationship message is this. I'm also going to read to you the protection, because some of you, there may be a belief, or there may be some sort of, belief with the King of Swords, because they're really highlighting the King of Swords for this message. So this may be a belief that you are being challenged to break out of, so you can open your heart up to love. The relationship message is this. Getting along with others entails understanding and respecting who they have become as a result of their environment, culture, and experience. Find the middle ground that allows the relationship to flourish while honoring the individuality of the other person. Play things by the book instead of trying to break the rules or pressure others to conform to the way you want them to. Your connection will deepen as a result. Now, the biggest thing that stood out was that middle ground. And we talk about that as being the challenge here, finding that middle ground where you don't lose yourself or, try to pressure something to be what it's not quite yet. Just be curious. You're still very much in the beginning stages of something here. Even if you've been with an individual for a while, I feel like there is a new energy being ushered in, and you are being guided to explore this new energy, not bring the past in, not to contour it into something that it's not. I feel like it's already shaping, right? But you don't have to put extra pressure on shaping something here, because it's going to lose the excitement. And the protection message is this. Now is the time for a real change in consciousness as you are incited to revolt. Challenge the structures that are limiting authentic progress. It is not enough to rebel in small ways. This is a call to revolution. Focus on what you really want to achieve, regardless of whether it feels so far outside the box that the established order may reject it. Genius, invention, and transformation are rarely comfortable and less likely to be accepted by the mainstream. It may be time for you to say no to the way of your group. Take a stand and make real changes. It could be that the structure of your inner world is alerting you to the need for a complete overhaul. This is a time for transformation, so let go of the fear of change. Your intuition will lead you through the darkness. There is no turning back now. Trust that the light will dawn. Epiphanies will surely lead to miracles. This is beautiful because this does coincide with the 10 of Swords. And I feel like there's no turning back. There's no turning back. You are forging a path forward, and it's quite exciting, and it looks really beautiful. It looks like this is emotional fulfillment and a waking up of senses that have been lying dormant for quite some time. All right, let's get a few messages from the crystal spirits. Now, if you're able to safely do so, Taurus, please close your eyes for a moment. Take a nice deep breath in from your solar plexus chakra, your belly area. Nice big inhale. Hold it as long as you can and release with a nice big sigh. Now I want you to tune into your third eye chakra with your eyes still closed. This is the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you to imagine the first crystal or gemstone that shows up in your mind's eye. Now this could be a crystal that holds a specific shape, size, or color. Perhaps your crystal is polished, tumbled, or raw. Maybe it's giving off hues of purple, orange, green, or yellow. You may even know the name of the crystal. And it's okay if you don't. Perhaps you're feeling the frequencies emitted, that of unconditional love, protection, guidance, or even clarity. There is no right or wrong answer, Taurus, and if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you're ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, where I draw one winner around the first of the month and post right back here on the channel, all you need to do is drop what crystal image showed up in your mind's eye. So it could be the name, if you happen to know the name. Maybe it was a specific color, shape, size, or feeling. Drop it in the comment section below to be entered into the free reading giveaway. And please make sure you've hit that subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss that notification. All right, I'm loving your crystal. We have Mookaite, which is this murky yellowish stone that you see in the crystals here. So we have Mookaite jasper, which is all about risk. It's all about adventure, new experiences, exploring the unknown territory, and claiming personal power. Can we say Fool energy, right? Taking a risk. When it comes to relationships, all relationships evolve. By healing old patterns, they may have blocked you from experiencing relationships as deeply nourishing and joy-giving. You are also evolving. Do not look at the old maps of where you have been or talk about how things will always be the way they were in the past. The future is full of possibilities. Be here now, in the present moment, right? We had a big spiel on that earlier, being in the present. The future is full of possibilities. Mookaite Jasper spirit is here to amplify your adventurous spirit. You are transforming in this moment, becoming the person you need to be to have the relationship you desire. You are called to banish fear as you sail forth into unfamiliar seas. You can trust yourself now, for you have learned so very much. Yes, you sure have. Some of you may be 36 years old. You may be born on the 11th. Okay, with the 11 card out here as well. Now, Mookaite really does assist us in deepening and understanding old wounds by allowing us to review. And I know some of you are like, Mel, I'm good. I don't need to review. But if you still feel like there's patterns that come up with this nine of Pentacles as an opportunity, then you may want to work with Mookaite Jasper, because this can help you reprogram old stories, right? It helps us recognize that everyone is doing the best that they can with what they know. This is an excellent stone to bring light and healing to the darkness of childhood wounds. Yeah, childhood wounds. You can see that it's a red color. This can be red. Mookaite Jasper can be reddish. It can be, this orangish yellow. It does correspond with the root chakra, maybe even the first, second, and third chakras, but specifically stability and childhood. So working with this can help you see things from a new light, and it can help you take risks and embrace the unknown. So if this reading resonates with you and you have this crystal, work with it. This can bring about positive transformation and changes. Beautiful energy. Now, last but not least, let's get a final message here from your spirit team, your guides, angels, ancestors. What do we have here for Taurus? We have forgiveness, space, and feminine energy. Everyone is doing the best that they can with what they know. Did we just repeat? Did we just hear that? Right? You are not defined by your past. This is including you. You're doing the best that you can with what you know, right? It says, forgive yourself and others. It sets you free. So perhaps there is a forgiving review of the past that's showing up here in order for you to fully embrace this present energy. Because the present looks beautiful. You have something profound coming in. I'm loving this reading for you, Taurus. You have space here. Make room for higher vibrational thoughts and feelings by having a clear space and mind. Clear out anything that no longer serves you. This can be items, thoughts, old patterns, relationships. And it's interesting as well because I see that some of you, now that I see the camera and the space card, some of you may have some old items left over from a past relationship. If you have them in your room or a place that you frequent often, and maybe they're out and about, I feel like they hold energy. And what that means is, every time you see that, even if it's merely subconscious, it's like every time you see that, the energy of that past can come back in some way, shape, or form. So you may want to put some items in a box. You may want to put them out in the garage or the attic, or get rid of them altogether, whatever it is that you need to do. If you have some items that keep bringing in past energy, release them is the message I'm getting here. And then lastly, Taurus, you have feminine energy, and we talked about that with the Queen. Queen showing up here. It says, deepen the connection to who you are by flowing with music, meditation, water. Immerse yourself in passions. Bathe in the creativity and inspiration that flows through you. So divine feminine energy is really being, is really opening up to you here in a profound way. Whether you're female or male, it doesn't matter. Remember, female is that feminine energy is receiving. You're receiving some beautiful gifts, beautiful blessings at this time. Be open to it. Be open to it here. Some of you could be visiting a waterfall. Okay. Some of you may receive dreams around waterfalls. This could even be a place you frequent or you do visit in the coming month or so. Yeah, I'm getting waterfall energy. And also water is about emotion. So some of you definitely falling, hence the waterfalls. You will be falling in love, right? Falling in love is the easy part. It is maintaining that connection that's more difficult. But I see that you are in a very beautiful spot to allow something to flourish here. So that is what I have for you, Taurus. I love this reading for you. If it resonates, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And do drop your crystals or gemstones in the comment section below the video. Thank you again so much, Taurus, for tuning in today. Lots of love.